My feedback is so much was accomplished in 4 days, and it's going to be 1 day to rip it all out, and it's going to be about as equal amount of work in 1 day as it was in 4 days. This is what do you think we got, like 60 tons of stone in here? It's incredible. About 12 or 13 years ago, we used to do home and garden shows all the time. We'd go into like an expo center, build a display in a booth. It would take about 4 or 5 days for us to go in there and build this whole display out. Be seen by a couple thousand people that came through on a weekend, and then we'd tear it down and it was gone forever. Kind of the same thing here. It's sad that this is gonna get torn out, but it's gonna live on for a very long time through video. So for me, that's what makes this different. I'm sure a lot of you are gonna say, I can't believe you did all this work just to have it torn down. Well, it's gonna be here for you to come back and watch whenever you want. And I'm sure I'm gonna go back and watch it because I absolutely love the way this whole pond is turning out. I wish it was in my backyard, but even more than the water feature itself, I love the experience of getting to work with my crew here and Team Aquascape. Brian and Chris are very good friends of mine, and when we get together, yes, I had the idea here, but having talented minds around me pushes me, and we've actually changed a couple of things within this project that have made it so much better. One of the main things I wanted to do was utilize every square inch of this backyard because it's not very big, and creating separation is how we're doing that. Just imagining this is the kitchen, you're looking out from the table, that fountainscape looks fantastic in front of that tree. The best part about this is we're gonna be doing a whole planting of large evergreens to block off that back section. So imagine you wouldn't even see where the excavator is. Behind that is where the waterfall is going to be that presents towards the whole man cave. You'll get to see another aspect of the water feature from just here that you won't be able to see from the house. Essentially creating that mystery and drawing you out into the backyard using all of your backyard space. That for me is probably the best part about this project, is the fact that I could imagine using the whole backyard space because I'd want to go out there and see those different vantage points. You know, anytime somebody walked through those doors, they're coming all the way out to see what you got going on back here. We've got about a day and a half to finish this, and there is still quite a bit of work to finish here. We're essentially done with the pond and this section of deep stream up to about where the fountainscape is. This needs to be finished. This needs to be finished. Then we can go ahead and get up to where our waterfall is. We've seamed in another section of liner that's going to be for this waterfall. This deep stream comes all the way through here. We got this post elevated so we could slide our liner and fabric underneath it. There's a block wall that needs to get built here this morning, and then we've got to set all the rock inside the base for the stream section before we can go ahead and build the waterfall. And it's getting super tight back here. We've actually taken over 2 other truck bays with all the soil and the rocks that we have staged over there. Some of the guys in the warehouse aren't super happy with us, but you're making an omelet, you gotta break a few eggs, right? Let's get this thing rolling this morning.
We are getting close. I mean, we're past the pergola. We've got the post down in there. Waterfalls are framed out. We've got all of this kind of buttoned up in here. The urns are all set. And Chris and Jack are kind of doing the plumbing over here. But I thought it'd be a good time to come over here, show you guys the plumbing, because as simple as this may look, 1, 2, a couple urns, a bowl or 2, wait till you see how complex the plumbing actually gets just to operate that stuff. So explain really quick. So this is our 3-inch line coming from a 5 to 9. So we've got our adjustable flow 5 to 9 coming this way.
Correct.
And then each one.
This whole bank right here is just for the stack slate walls. You come over here, we've got a little bit of redundancy going on. We thought we were gonna do something else to begin with, but it kind of changed plans a little bit. Now this is going to our large stack slate urn. This one is going to our bowl, our bottom section of urn that's on top. And then this one is going to our patio bowl over here. So all in all, we're feeding 7 different features from this one manifold. It's understanding fundamentally how to put this together so it is appealing. And then bringing all these things into the equation, like this is a lower section of one of these large urns. This had to be cut out to fit, and then just all the mechanics to make this thing actually stay here. This is a temporary deal, but if we're doing it for real, like there's a lot of support that goes into all this stuff. You start putting water in these things, they get extremely heavy.
The thing about this Fountainscape is, one, I was amazed at the, I wasn't amazed, but it took an incredible amount of time just for this section. We cruised the first day, you know, in that entire pond. That's what, a 25 by 20 foot pond.
Oh, we were feeling good. We're like, oh, this is great. We'll have like Friday off. We could just hang out and party all day. And then we got here, and that's
screeching halt. But it's viewable from 360 degrees, and it really sets the, like, as the corner of this pond turns into this deep stream, it's viewable all the way around. So again, it goes back to the viewing angles of this project.
Having it where you can't see every portion of the water feature, if you can afford to do that. This is going to be an expensive water feature, but if you want to fill the whole backyard space and make an over-the-top landscape, doing it with that mystery where things are kind of blocked off, and then you round the corners and wow, that looks. I'm standing right here and I can already picture that waterfall back there and having that bowl running.
Basically, the waterfalls are 80% finished. We just got to button up some edges, get our spillway in, and then I think we're just about ready for plant. So I didn't want to tell Jack this, but if there was a trophy for Artist of the Year for the Sandbox Studio, Chris and I have decided that he's been disqualified because he's gone about 25 feet past the studio. Let me show you what I'm talking about here. So this was our final wall. I don't know if you can see the machines. Like, waterfalls are past everything. Actually, right where the waterfall sits, you might still be in bounds. We just can't put any plants.
I'm in bounds.
So we've worked all day to get to this point. We are now at the top, and basically at the last step, which is disguising the spillway, which is the diffuser that's going to be the headwaters of our stream. There's a lot of different ways to disguise this thing. You can put flat stone over the top of it. You can sink it down and bury it behind a spill rock. You can use other elements that are already present in the water feature and incorporate it to try and disguise the top. And with that said, I'm trying to use a wood element that we have present in other parts of the pond. So I wanted to carry that design element through to try and disguise this spillway. So what I did was I went out back, found a piece of wood to lay over the top of it. You guys did an excellent job of kind of sinking that spillway down so that it's basically below the height of the top waterfall stone. So now it's just my job to hide that piece of plastic to make it look as natural as possible. So now that we have this element in, we're gonna bring the liner back up, get soil back behind to make sure that our edges are all good up here. I think what I'll do is I'll probably carry a rock back past everything outside of the liner, just to carry your eye past the headwaters, so that you're not looking directly at where that water is starting the waterfalls. We want it to look like a natural spring, so we're gonna go for it and see what it looks like when we get it all wrapped up.
So since this is gonna be a reusable landscape, we needed Christmas trees to create the entire backdrop here. And Jen is one of the ones that actually went and got the trees. I saw a video of you like running down the street and stealing somebody's tree out of their front yard.
Yeah, I did that.
What was that about?
So we just went around and gathered all the Christmas trees that were sitting out that people getting ready to throw away. So we're trying to repurpose them. They'll actually live outside for several months after. So we gathered probably 150 of them. And in this specific instance, I couldn't park on the road, so or up towards the stop sign, so I parked back. So I just took off running and I ran back to the truck and just tossed it in. I kind of felt cool and invincible for a moment. So
you are cool, Jenna.
Thanks, Jack.
You know we're coming to the end when Greg has a hose in his hand. We are washing down. We've got turf going in, mulching. We are just about ready to plug this thing in, and it looks phenomenal. I feel bad for the other guys that are following us because they are in serious trouble. This place looks incredible. Okay, this is the exciting moment. We get to move the fish from, there's Andrew right over there. Move the fish and put them in. So just like you would in a regular pond. This is our Japanese koi pond area, and we also have some big butterfly koi. And I think yeah, there he's got it. I think some big butterfly koi would be perfect for this. So the koi net is the least stressful one because it holds a little bit of their weight. It's real soft material. You don't want to pick them up in this one, which is more for just wrangling them. 4 days. 4 days.
Oh my God.
It was, what a journey. Like being out here, and it's just, I'm most fulfilled seeing my team gain something from this. Like they watched you, they watched Brian, all your guys, and understood a lot about water feature artistry. And that's what I'm most thankful for.
Well, buddy, don't kid yourself. I mean, it's reciprocal, right? Like it was truly, I don't know what to liken it to other than it felt like a good old-fashioned barn raising.
Absolutely.
4 days, a hell of a lot of work.
We got one thing left to do.
Drink, oh well. We'll drink a beer after we, okay, turn the pumps on.
I say we plug this thing.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, well, I don't know which one's which, so let's go for it.
Do this.
That's pretty sick.
Wow.
I'm speechless.
Yeah, I mean,
It's pretty much what we were going for, I think.
I think it's way beyond that, bro. I really do.
And you guys are going to come back next week to see the finale. It is so worth it. This turned out incredible. There's going to be 7 water feature artists coming after me. I think they're in big trouble.
Good luck, fellas.
I don't know how you're doing any better,
Good
guys.
luck. Knowing the roster that is up behind you, I know that they are definitely going to be at the same level, maybe not better or above, but dude, I mean, this is absolutely incredible. I mean, over the course of 4 days, your team was like freaking lights out. Just, I don't even know. They brought it every single day, and we were a well-oiled machine. I mean, dude, look at the amount of work we did.
It's pretty evident.
And what we created.
It's pretty evident. Guys, get over to Team Aquascape, subscribe. They are doing incredible stuff. And while you're here, you might as well hit that subscribe button. Come on back every week, 4 p.m. Beautiful water feature builds. Be back here next week because it's worth it. It's worth it.
This is insane.
Hit that like button. We'll see you next week.